What's up, YouTubers? Chad here with Dirt Obsession. New channel I'm launching with some buddies to chronicle our rides and our new toys and take you on some adventures around Central Kentucky and beyond with us. So behind me here is the new 2018 Polaris Sportsman XP 1000. Just picked it up Saturday. I'm going to get through the break-in video and then get some trail riding in. But I want to do a quick walk around and show you guys why I just traded in a relatively new 2016 Yamaha Grizzly 700 and why I upgraded to the Sportsman. So stay tuned. We're going to have some awesome content for you, and I'll catch you later. Okay guys, so like I said, just traded in a 2016 Yamaha Grizzly 700 that had less than 100 hours for this beast, and the main reason why is the ponies. This sucker's got like 90 horsepower. The Grizzly had like 48. If you do the math, that's something like 100 more horsepower, so totally cool. The arced front A-arms are awesome. The stock tires that come with it are kind of a no-name CST, but they're super aggressive. They're 6-ply. They're not like true mudders or anything, but I'd say they're like maybe Mudlight, ITP Mudlight XLs, or like a Maxxis Zilla type in that same class anyway. Say 952 cc's in the Polaris motor, and the racks are freaking awesome. These are all steel reinforced. There's holes everywhere for tie down straps and bungee cords. Super easy to put in the back of the truck, tie down. Get a shot of the A-arms in the back, arched as well. Super thick. Shocks are awesome. Everybody talks about how comfortable the Polaris ride is. The Grizzly ride was awesome, but the ride on the Polaris is just no comparison. It's definitely a Cadillac. So some of the newer features, there's a cup holder there, which is pretty sweet. Undo this front storage rack. One of my biggest complaints on the Grizzly was the racks were awful. Anybody who has a Grizzly knows they basically protect the plastic a little bit, but you can't tie anything down to them. So this is something like 6 liters of storage space in the front. The racks make a lot of sense. You twist these and this whole piece comes out so you can clean down from up top. When I went to pick this up, I actually went for a Scrambler, and the Scrambler 1000 was actually sitting next to the Sportsman. And the more I got looking at this, I was like, oh man, I can't pass up that ride on the comfort and the workability of the Sportsman edition. Plus you got plenty of speed and power for the trails, so hard to pass up. I got a rear storage rack here too. Came with all the tools in the book. I think it's 240 pound rack capacity on the back, 120 pound rack capacity on the front. The drive-by-wire system that's got the 3-mode display. Most of you guys, if you've been looking into this, you know about Polaris's drive-by-wire and the 3 modes. I was really surprised at how different the 3 modes are, just tooling it around, like say still in the break-in period, but the difference from work, standard, and performance is stark. My buddy and I were talking about the unintended wheelies that occur in the performance mode in high range. One thing I wasn't sure about was how the Sportsman shifts. The stick here on your right side seems like it would get in the way with your knee. It really doesn't. I would prefer, you know, that Scrambler-esque shifter that they have, that's that little metal piece that's more integrated into the body than this somewhat intrusive shifter on the Sportsman. But I gotta say, when you're in low or high, it really doesn't impede the driving at all, and it's not as bad as I thought it was going to be. So some of the things that I don't like about it, or I'm not sure, the PVT, the Polaris variable transmission intake, is kind of low on the Sportsman. The intake for the engine sits up right under that seat up top, so it's pretty high. And then the exhaust comes out kind of, let's see, the muffler obviously is here, and then the exhaust for the PVT is, I don't know if you can see it, but it's right under where my hand is, so it seems to me like it might be a little easy to get water in that clutch area. Might do some modifications to it and see if we can get it a little bit more mud ready. Not a huge mud guy, but don't avoid the holes either. We want to make sure that this thing is in it for the long haul. So anyway, that's it in a nutshell. If you have any questions on why I would switch, let me do a startup. From the Grizzly to the Sportsman, and the 48 to 90 horsepower explanation isn't enough for you. For some it might not be. Shoot me a question in the comments. We'll answer them all. Like I said, Dirt Obsession with me, Chad, and Brian, and Matt. Matt's got the new Wildcat XX limited edition ordered. Should be here any minute, but we're going to get some constant content up there for you guys. So let me put the park brake on this. Oh wow, camera angle there, and do a startup. Oh yeah, she's gonna rip. She's gonna rip. Very funky. Very cool. And I guess this Polaris gauge pod here is got just a ton of information on it. You can do different modes. On the top you got the temperature, miles per hour, RPMs. I like this one to be on the RPMs, and then I leave my mile per hour in that middle gauge, which you can also switch. Engine temperature, time. That service time is a pretty 14 miles on. I got about 2.5 hours. Just ram around on the road a little bit, get the belt broken. Looking forward to getting some super wild trail videos for you guys. And like I said, more content coming soon. Stay tuned.